Well, coming up in just a few minutes, we're taking a closer look at some of these changes coming to a busy road in Fayetteville.
How this could impact your morning commute.
And it's quiet out there right now, but thunderstorms just out towards our west will impact us later on today. They can generally right around those late morning hours throughout the rest of your Tuesday. We'll talk about it coming up.
And the lights are back on after a massive European blackout. What we know about the outage that had Spain and Portugal at a standstill.
But first, the live look outside in Rogers here at 6:30. Good morning to you there. 5 News This Morning starts now.
Covering news where you live. This is 5 News This Morning.
Well, thanks so much for starting your day, waking up with us here on 5 News This Morning on Channel 5 and on 5 Plus. Feel like we're off to a great start today, but the weather, we're keeping our eye on that today.
Oh, Stephen.
What?
We just want sunshine.
Yeah, I know. It would be nice just to have sunshine for more than just a couple days in a row. Yeah, we have thunderstorm chances back today. Later on this morning, I think, then continuing throughout your afternoon and really over the next few days, off and on thunderstorms in the forecast. That's something that you're going to hear us say a lot because it's not going to be consistent. Really, it's just multiple rounds of thunderstorms. Every once in a while, we'll have a lull in the system, and then those thunderstorms come right back in. So here's a look at radar this morning. So far, been very quiet out there. It's warm, it's muggy, but it's quiet. Those thunderstorms still well off towards the west, still west of Tulsa. Again, I think we could see those thunderstorms arriving in northwest Arkansas right around 9-10 a.m. Across the river valley, that coverage more than likely not picking up until later on today. So here's a look. You're heading out the door here pretty soon. It's quiet out there. Don't have to worry about very much. Actually seeing a nice sunrise out there for many. So here's a look at that watch. Goes out until 10 a.m. for Benton and Washington County for severe thunderstorm watch. Again, when it comes to the timeline of this, I think if we have any of those thunderstorms, they'd be mainly across northwest Arkansas, and they'd be closer towards the end of this watch time, anywhere between 9 and 10 a.m. Futurecast shows us this. Those thunderstorms will be moving in just outside of northwest Arkansas right around 9 a.m. and then crossing over, and then continuing throughout the rest of the morning. That's when we could see a few of these isolated thunderstorms. Now, when it comes to the coverage of these thunderstorms, that's what's going to be increasing throughout the afternoon and into the evening. Eventually, across the river valley, we'll see some of those thunderstorms as well. That's what we got to watch out for. There's going to be lulls throughout the day as well. By the time we get late tonight, overnight into our Wednesday, another round of some heavy rainfall, and those thunderstorms starts to move back in as well. So weather impact alert for us today. Those strong to severe thunderstorms will be possible not only for today, but for your Wednesday, even going into Thursday morning as well. Because of that, we'll eventually have some flooding concerns. Let's get a check of traffic out there this morning. Here's a live look out across, let's see, where are we this morning? I-49 there in Rogers. Good morning to you so far this morning. No accidents out there right now. That drive into work looks great, but by the time maybe we're heading home this evening, we could be dealing with a few of those thunderstorms.
All right, thanks for that, Stephen. Well, the ongoing debate over who will pay the legal fees in the Crawford County Library lawsuit is finally settled.
The county quorum court voted to not help the library board with the $112,000 bill. 5 News reporter Rachel Williams is here with the latest in this saga.
Good morning, guys. Prior to last night's quorum court meeting, the library board voted last week to foot the whole bill in hopes the county would offer to pay $40,000 that they took out of the library budget for the former director to leave. Now, the quorum court voted unanimously to allocate the over $112,000 from the library budget for the fees, and those advocating for the library to not be stuck with the check says it's going to hurt the system, while the county judge says he doesn't expect it to have impacts as they have unappropriated money still left.
It was the JP's inability to step in and say, this is wrong. This is not under the purview of our duties to get into a political fight with the library system. At every step of the way, they either passed the buck of responsibility or they doubled down on their extremism.
Looking at the monies, 90% of it is budgeted at the first of the year, 10% is reserved. That's not even in the equation. And then they budget a portion of it, and then there's unappropriated still left. So that is where the money is coming from.
Now, with this issue, Crawford County was ordered to pay $112,000 in legal fees stemming from a 2023 lawsuit filed by some parents after LGBTQ plus books meant for children were moved to the adult section. Rachel Williams, 5 News.
All right, thanks so much for that, Rachel. Well, today the Fort Smith Board of Directors will hold a special meeting to discuss disciplining or firing the Chief Human Resources Officer, Rick Lawley. Now, this after the board voted to terminate the contract for Rebecca Cowan 2 days after appointing her as the city auditor. A city spokesperson says that the board did not provide a reason for the decision, but the termination comes shortly after it was revealed that Cowan is facing criminal charges in Oklahoma. City Director Neil Martin says the board is evaluating how Cowan was appointed without them being informed of her ongoing criminal case. New this morning, you'll see some big changes to MLK I-49 exit there, and it will impact your morning commute.
5 News anchor Darren Baugh breaks down what these changes will look like.
We took Sky 5 up in the air to give you a better idea of what we're talking about. Starting at 8 o'clock this morning, you'll no longer be able to go south on Futrell Drive. It means if you're going west on MLK, you'll no longer be able to turn left. And if you're headed east, you won't be able to turn right at this light. From now on, Futrell Drive will only allow traffic northbound. It means you can still get off I-49 at MLK when you're heading north. Dave Parker with ARDOT says it's all part of a bigger plan to improve traffic flow at MLK exit.
By making the changes, you'll now be able to take one continuous U-turn without having any lights at all. You won't have to get on the interstate. You won't be involved in the any intersection at all. So it's going to make it much easier to get around.
Project also includes adding an overpass and 2 roundabouts on 15th Street. Leaders say the construction expected to be complete sometime mid-2028.
And today, ARDOT will hold a meeting on proposed road changes in Gravette. The project would add a traffic signal to the intersection of Highway 59 and 72, along with dedicated turn lanes. Now, tonight's meeting will start at 4:30 in the Gravette Civic Center. You can also submit comments online through May 13th.
Well, looking ahead, a local election is coming up next month in Sebastian County. The annual school and special elections will happen on May 13th. Among the issues on the ballot is a sales tax for funding consent decree work in Fort Smith. Election commissioners gathered on Monday to make sure that everything is ready to go.
We did our public LNA testing and we signed off on our LNA results. So all the machines are ready to go.
Election day is Tuesday, May 13th, like we mentioned, but early voting is set to begin next Monday. Well, today, President Donald Trump is marking his first 100 days in office. He will celebrate with a rally in Michigan, home to the nation's big 3 automakers. Reports say his Commerce Secretary indicates that the administration is set to ease the 25% tariff on car companies. The president of General Motors praised President Trump's leadership. But new CBS News polls show more than 60% of Americans are concerned that the president is too focused on tariffs and not focused enough on lowering prices. The Trump administration is also claiming wins on the border, lining the driveway of the White House with signs of people that they say were unauthorized immigrants that were arrested over the past 100 days.
You're illegal in the United States. This message is for you. You cannot hide from ICE.
Well, 56% of people who responded to a recent CBS News poll say that they approve of the president's plan to deport immigrants who enter the country illegally. But only 49% like what he's doing with immigration as a whole.
And now to a developing story out of Chatham, Illinois. 4 children dead, several injured after a car smashed into a school building. Now, this happened Monday during an after-school program. Police say the people killed range in age from 4 to 18. Several others were taken to hospitals. The driver was also taken to a hospital for evaluation. Meanwhile, we're learning more about the victims of Saturday's vehicle attack in Vancouver. 4 of the 11 people killed at a Filipino street festival have been identified, including 3 family members and a school counselor.
As of Monday, 16 people remained in the hospital. One restaurant owner says that the attack was especially devastating as it came during a season of celebration for Filipino Food Month in April.
What happened was unimaginable, unbelievable. It's really unbelievable, really heartbreaking.
Police say most of the victims were female, with the youngest 5 years old and the oldest a 65-year-old man. The province has opened an online condolence book in honor of the victims.
Well, this morning, the lights are back on across most of Spain and Portugal after a massive blackout left the Iberian Peninsula without power for more than 12 hours Monday.
New video shows passengers waiting for trains during rush hour at a train station in Madrid this morning.
Yeah, that outage hit just before 12:30 there in the afternoon local time. Monday, the National Cybersecurity Center said there was no sign of a cyber attack. But Spain's Prime Minister, Pedro Sanchez, said they're analyzing all the potential causes without discarding any hypothesis.
Going to Barcelona, and all of a sudden it's just, general blackout, no news. They didn't know when it was going to start again.
Madrid's metro systems, those with the service, said that they would be restored to all but one line for rush hour.